From the Mumbai studios of Republic TV, it's time for Arnab Goswami on the debate.
Arnab Goswami on the debate at 10. Presented by Samsung Galaxy Z Fold 3 5G. Powered by Reva University, Vedanta, B1 and Greenland.
Ladies and gentlemen, in a massive exclusive, Republic has accessed the full NIA charge sheet on the Antilia case. What we found is a Param Bir Singh mention that will shock you. Indications of a larger plot that the Lutyens media, for whom Param Bir and Sachin Vaze were the top sources and contacts, will not say a word about. But the Param Bir Vaze duo will not go unquestioned. Here is the story, and then we debate.
On February 26th, Sachin Vaze was allegedly seen with the explosive-laden Scorpio outside the Mukesh Ambani residence. The act was brazen. He thought he would get away with impunity. A few days later, this poster of terror group Jaish-ul-Hind emerged, allegedly claiming responsibility. The perfect alibi.
But the charge sheet filed by the National Investigation Agency against Sachin, Vaze and others have revealed a sensational plot. Republic TV is the only channel to have accessed the entire charge sheet that reveals the creation of the Jaish-ul-Hind alibi used by Sachin Vaze. It makes a mention of a cyber expert who had a one-on-one meeting with the former Mumbai Police Commissioner Param Bir Singh.
As per the NIA charge sheet, the cyber expert mentioned details of a 9th March meeting with Param Bir Singh. A cyber expert has stated that Param Bir Singh insisted that he prepare a report on the Jaish-ul-Hind.
The cyber expert, in his statement to the National Investigation Agency, admitted that he had a meeting with the former Mumbai Police Commissioner Param Bir Singh inside the Mumbai Police headquarters, where he was asked to prepare a report, which he did so sitting inside the Mumbai Police headquarters, and prepared a report which was given to the Mumbai Police Commissioner in just one paragraph. After taking a look at the report, Param Bir Singh then asked the cyber expert to insert the poster that was seen on the Telegram channel of Jaish-ul-Hind, claiming responsibility for the Antilia bomb scare. In fact, Param Bir Singh also told the cyber expert that he wanted to use this report and show it to an IG rank officer of the National Investigation Agency.
The NIA charge sheet that includes the statement of the cyber expert says he was given hard cash at the insistence of Param Bir Singh. He says it was given at the Mumbai Police Commissioner's office. 5 lakh rupees for a simple report that ran into just one paragraph. The report was leaked to the media the very next day. Param Bir Singh has a lot to answer. Lutyens media won't ask the questions. Did Param Bir play a role in strengthening Vaze's Jaish-ul-Hind theory? Were payments in hard cash made by Param Bir at his office? If yes, why? How did the Jaish-ul-Hind report leak a day after it was presented? Did Param Bir know of the Mansukh murder plot? Param Bir Singh is nowhere to be found. He was last seen on the 7th of April at the NIA court. The Vaze-Param Bir duo cannot unlink themselves from the Antilia case. Param Bir Singh is in the spotlight, and the Param Bir friendly media's motives are in question. Let's debate.
Sanju Verma, Subhash Jha, Swapnil Kothari, Dr. Vikram Singh, former DGP UP, Madhu Kishwar, founder and editor of Manushi, Brijmohan Srivastav, National Secretary and National Spokesperson of the NCP, Kishore Tiwari, leans towards the Shiv Sena, PK Jain, former additional DGP Maharashtra, and Sanjay Chadda. Important, very interesting revelations in this particular charge sheet. Start with you here, Subhash Jha, you've been tracking this case. Param Bir pays 5 lakh rupees to get this Jaish-ul-Hind mentioned and the payment is made by him in cash, and this is on record. So payment is made in hard cash by Param Bir in his office, right, to a man who potentially helps Sachin Waze by giving the Jaish-ul-Hind alibi. So Param Bir is creating the terrorist group alibi to help Sachin Waze and is making a payment in cash. Your first thoughts on this? I know there's much more material that's coming out, but Subhash Jha, please.
Arnab, Param Bir Singh's involvement in the whole conspiracy writ large, I would say that he is not only part and parcel of the criminal, not only that he knew the conspiracy, but he is part and parcel of the larger conspiracy. The fact that he calls a cyber expert and advises him to put the banner of Jaish-ul-Hind, that is a clear indication, coupled with the fact that he pays him 5 lakhs rupees in cash, sitting in the office of the police commissioner. That speaks in volume of his deeper involvement in the entire conspiracy with which he wanted to create an alibi of this being done by a terror group. He knew that this is not the handiwork of terror group. And therefore, this speaks in volume, and which requires much more to be done by the NIA.
It's also the
NIA.
It's also the whole, if you see the method and methodology.
Right.
Yes, Kishore, what are you saying? What do you feel, Kishore Tiwari?
Arnab, I want to add something. That the first day of your charge sheet, we already mentioned that the mastermind is not a Waze, is a Param Bir. But now the larger story is coming in that the main culprit is the Param Bir Singh, and who is being protected. I think the NIA charge sheet speaks half the truth. The full truth will come. The whole plot has been designed by Param Bir Singh with the help of some of the hands in Home Ministry at Delhi.
Home Ministry? Which Home Ministry?
It seems to be Param Bir is being protected by NIA. Home Ministry at Delhi, not a Maharashtra Home Ministry. Government of Maharashtra was kept in the dark. This is something shocking. Arnab, I will congratulate you. You have come to the point. The Param Bir mentioning the Jaish-e-Mohammed and Jaish-e-Hind, all these things is just showing that is something which is the very, very serious to the national security.
Sanju.
So Param Bir should be interrogated, should be arrested.
What I find absolutely shocking, and actually it borders on the hilarious, is that the same bunch of people who used to accuse the Modi government, the Ministry of Home Affairs under Amit Shah, the Indian government of going after Param Bir Singh without ample evidence, is the same bunch which today is accusing Amit Shah, accusing the Modi government of trying to go soft on Param Bir. So point number one, you certainly don't need to have...
I'm just asking. Half the truth has come.
Please
the full truth should come.
I did not interrupt you.
Sanju, the full should come. I'm just asking.
You don't get excited.
I'm just urging. Param Bir is the mastermind. But who has asked the Param Bir? Who has asked the Param Bir?
Continue
Why are you
shouting.
protecting Param
Once
Bir?
you're done, I will
Why are
speak.
you protecting Param Bir?
I will speak after this man is done screaming. Please continue. Continue. You wanted to scream, right?
Param Bir has acted. Param Bir kept Maharashtra government and Home Minister and the Chief Minister in the dark. The Param Bir has done. Who has asked him to do? That should be investigated.
Okay. Now we go into...
Are you done?
and you are
Bridgmohan,
the bunch of the same
Can I
people,
please comment?
bunch of the same people.
1 minute, please. You know, now, don't keep heckling each other, please. Thank you. Yes, complete your point, Sanju. We're taking the debate forward. Lot of reactions coming in. I'm going to take some through Arnab online, and I'm going to read them out in the course of the debate. Sanju, the question is, where is Param Bir? Surely a man, IPS cadre, doesn't go missing.
Okay. Now
where is he, and why is the NIA not seriously interrogated him or shared any details?
You asked a question, now let me please respond. I am surprised that Arnab Goswami is asking questions of the NIA. If today the Chandigarh Judicial Commission has actually got a watertight case and is after Param Bir Singh and has asked Param Bir Singh to present himself before the commission or face imminent arrest, it is thanks to the Ministry of Home Affairs under the Modi government. I'm surprised, Arnab, you have no questions of the erstwhile Home Minister of Maharashtra, Anil Deshmukh. You have no questions of Uddhav Thackeray, who is the current Chief Minister, and law and order is a state subject. I never see you.
But the NIA does not. No. The NIA, which is 1 minute, just one minute, Sanju, before you cross that line. The NIA, which is investigating the case, which has prepared this first charge sheet, if I'm not mistaken, comes under the central government.
I'm coming to that. You are talking about the NIA. You're talking about the NIA charge sheet. But I want to ask you that Param Bir Singh was last seen in the first week of April 2021.
Correct.
Now it's more than 5 months. Are you telling me that the state government, the Maharashtra government under Uddhav Thackeray, had no responsibility?
Are you saying the Maharashtra government is protecting him? Are you saying the Maharashtra government is protecting him because their charges? 1 minute.
Who protected him?
No, their charges. 1 second.
Who protected him?
Okay, so I'll let Bridgmohan respond. I'll ask Bridgmohan respond. What they are saying, what they are saying, Sanju, allow me. I've got the spokesperson of the NCP on the program. He can respond to you. They are saying that because Param Bir has sort of testified against Anil Deshmukh, and since that is politically convenient to the BJP, therefore you are not going tough on Param Bir. That's what they are saying. No, let Bridgmohan explain it to you. No. Your debate is not with me. Your debate is with Bridgmohan, spokesperson of NCP. Let him respond to you. Then I'll go into the finer points of the case.
You're not asking questions of the NCP, which you...
The NCP is sitting there. I'm going to ask them questions, please.
Why did he do a vanishing act?
Arnabji, I listen you.
Where was he there for the last 5 months? He was last seen in the first week of April, 5 months back. Why did the state not give him due protection to ensure that he did not simply disappear into thin air? The NIA is doing its job, has prepared a watertight charge sheet. That is the reason Param Bir Singh faces imminent arrest.
Okay, I lost the audio. Bridgmohan.
Understand why Sanju madam is so excited, why she is so excited. Please allow me to tell the reply of your question. You see, the NIA did the good job, no doubt. They have given, they charge sheeted, they have given 10,000 pages in the court, and no doubt they have done, they interrogated 200 people and they got this information. So, on behalf of Rashtrapati Congress Party, I would like to congratulate NIA. There is no issue. It is regarding the state government, when some central agency is involved, when they are investigating the matter, so the state government and the state government agencies does not interfere in that matter. And in the beginning of this case, when this was started, we were telling on every channel, every time, that the Param Bir Singh is a main culprit behind this game, and he is operating the total game. But unfortunately, he got some support from some higher ups of the country, and he seems to be protected. You see, the IPS officer has gone. It is a second case. One case in Uttar Pradesh, there is the Yogi government, and the second thing is this: Mr. Param Bir Singh is not available. Where he has gone, nobody knows it. Third thing is this: it is totally a international terrorist group which is involved in this matter, and Param Bir Singh is known to that group. This is my presumption, because whatever I have seen in the charge sheet, and I can understand Jaish-ul-Hind, why that was involved in this matter. It is a big issue, and NIA has to investigate now this matter very thoroughly, because it is a very sensitive issue, and it is no game.
I know all of you are saying it has to be investigated thoroughly.
At the central government.
No, all of you are saying it has to be investigated thoroughly. I agree with you. It has to be investigated thoroughly. First, let us come to grips with the gravity of the charges. PK Jain is with us, Vikram Singh is with us. PK Jain being a former additional DGP Maharashtra, and Dr. Vikram Singh is former DGP of Uttar Pradesh. Matter is extremely serious, and the details, the nature of the details coming out, Mr. Jain, are, I mean, I would be hesitate to even use of a word like monstrous, because I would think that is an understatement. It is ghastly. It is ghastly, and you know, you've been in a top position yourself. Param Bir Singh wants a report on Jaish-ul-Hind. He asks the cyber expert, give the report in writing. He gets the report done in front of him. Make sure it is of his liking. Right? And he knows that this report, if it comes out, will protect the person who is now one of the main culprits, Sachin Waze, who is directly involved in the murder of Mansoor Hiren. Shravan is with us tonight, and he will also tell you. He insists, Param Bir Singh insists, that the cyber expert is to modify the report and insert the Jaish-ul-Hind poster. Why is this done? It's a ready-made alibi for Sachin Waze. Further question comes, therefore, Shravan, why would Param Bir Singh so desperately want an alibi for Sachin Waze? If Sachin Waze has done something wrong and Param Bir knows about it, Param Bir should want Sachin Waze to get caught. In fact, I should say Param Bir should catch him himself. Why would Param Bir want so desperately to protect Sachin Waze? And it is all on record, and Mr. Jain, he pays him in hard cash. The cyber expert says, no, I can't take this kind of money. This is too much money. And he says, Param Bir Singh called back the personal assistant and directed the personal assistant to pay me rupees 5 lakhs. I again told CP sir that the amount was too much. There was no need for such payment. But CP sir insisted that I deserve this, and said this is payment for services rendered, and I received 5 lakh in cash from the personal assistant in the presence of Shri Param Bir Singh. What is this, Mr. Jain?
Arnab, I have 2-3 things to say. One is that in this case, apparently the complicity of senior officers and politicians is not ruled out at all. This is the first charge sheet which has been submitted by the NIA. I am sure supplementary charge sheets will follow. This information which you are divulging today about the cyber expert and the constable of the CP paying some money to the cyber expert has been with the NIA. I am sure they must be looking into it. And whatever information they get further, whatever investigation they are conducting further, this conspiracy theory will be taken further. It should be taken to its logical conclusion. I only want to say that NIA would be acting. I cannot say that they are not acting because I am not privy to the information that NIA has. At the same time, see, this is being made a political game. The BJP is trying to target the state government is, or the parties in the state government are trying to target the central government or the party in power there. What I want to say is that Maharashtra government has been going hammer and tong after Param Bir Singh by registering FIR after FIR. What action has been taken after that? What investigation has been conducted? There are 5 FIRs against him today. Similarly, NIA, whatever information they had, if this information is found to be correct, the cyber expert statement plus the testimony of the constable that he paid 3 lakh rupees and then 5 lakh rupees to the cyber expert, I think the thing should have been taken further, and whatever legal action is required ought to have been taken by now. If it has not been taken for some reason, or for some corroborative evidence to be brought on record, it should be brought further. I mean, I have no two opinions about this thing.
Mr. Jain, you and I have been on opposite sides on many occasions in the past. And I want to say something today. You know, you or nobody today, no court of law, no person in any position of responsibility can deny the fact that Param Bir Singh and Sachin Waze are now exposed for running an extortion, manipulation, fabrication, blackmail operation. And with the greatest respect, Mr. Jain, and I know you got cross with me on many occasions, I would request you today, you know, because I am not saying that you had a personal motive, but I have said that others have had personal motive. I request you to consider the seriousness of the point I made then, and everybody is on today. You remember, viewers, what I said then.
True.
I said, what if this man is a master manipulator, extortionist, blackmailer, right? And it's not just that he's being used by other media houses to fabricate a case against Republic. It's not just about this. It's not only about Arnab or Republic. What if this person or these people or this group has been doing it ad nauseum and getting encouraged case upon case upon case upon case? Now he's missing. His compatriot is in jail. Look at the damage caused. And I think people like you and even Dr. Vikram Singh should talk about this case. See, why did he want a Jai Shul Hind poster included? Are you fabricating a terrorism case? 1 minute.
This was clearly, Arnab, I have stated it earlier also, this was done purely to create terror in the mind of Ambanis, to bring the terrorist and international angle into it.
International conspiracy. International terrorist group are involved in it.
Brought a conspiracy.
No. 1 minute. Then when the NIA has charged Sachin Waze for the murder of Mansukh Hiren and dumping his body in a creek and then claiming conspiracy, who else was aware of the murder plot? If I ask these questions, who else was aware? Did Param Bir know about the meeting between Mansukh Hiren and Sachin Waze in his office compound?
Arnab, may I request Mr. Jain, save him the embarrassment. I would do the answering part. Let Mr. Jain listen to me for a couple of minutes and then he can respond. Mr. Jain, you belong to a very illustrious cadre, one of the most illustrious cadres in the country. But yes, Param Bir is not the brand ambassador of Maharashtra Police, and indeed he has brought shame to the uniform and to the Indian Police Service. He led a team of gangsters and you misused the premises of the Police Commissioner's office as a gang premises for gangsters for purposes of extortion and contract killing. That is beyond doubt. He and Anil Deshmukh were partners and brothers in crime and the extortion racket they were in. They not only targeted many of the eateries, they targeted the Republic channel, they targeted Arnab. Arnab may not like to speak. He's too much of a gentleman to talk about the terrible times and the trauma that he and his family had to go through. But let me tell you, I have never seen this kind of extortion and a police commissioner rank officer leading a gang of freebooters and criminals in the premises and shamelessly paying money from the Secret Service account to a cyber expert, the normal honorarium and payment of which it begins from 2,000 to rupees 10,000, nothing more. Paying 10 lakhs is highly incriminating, and the behavior and conduct of Param Bir is absolutely that of a gangster and a mafia chief. And I would say Param Bir should be declared a proclaimed offender. I have no malice, but as a professional ex-police officer, he deserves to be declared a proclaimed offender. If he has gone underground, nobody can go underground. Mr. Jain, you are a professional officer yourself. If somebody chooses to go after him,
I'm of the opinion there are 5 cases against him by state government. No investigation. We are not even talking about the investigation into those cases, unfortunately. There is a case by NIA. They have got some evidence before them. Nobody is talking about that evidence.
Then they should be declared proclaimed offenders and dedicated police teams should be after them, and the immovable and movable properties and bank accounts should be frozen and seized. I don't think that they're running hunting with the hound and running with the fox. That is exactly what is happening. A soft corner for Param Bir who may spill out the beans against anyone. That is why people are soft on him. Arnab, in such cases, you have to be cruel to be kind, because Param Bir is privy to a lot of facts which may be very unpalatable to many political people, and therefore the soft corner and soft peddling as far as Param Bir is concerned. But where there is a will, there is a way. And of course, Mr. Jain belongs to the most illustrious cadre, and yet Param Bir is not the brand ambassador. Yet I would say that people should vigorously pursue, NIA should vigorously pursue, Maharashtra police should vigorously pursue, and then the harder they come down like a ton of bricks on Param Bir, the better they are for themselves to salvage the vestiges of their reputation and credibility.
I have Vidhi Kumar writing, where is Param Bir hiding? Why is he not coming and giving a press conference on his favorite Lutyens news channels, Madhukeshwar? Guru Kusha says, you're showing the truth always, and that's why this horrible fake media and fake leaders cannot digest this thing. I am very happy to see that this criminal person, Param Bir, is in trouble. Swami says Param Bir was a hardened criminal masquerading in police uniform. These are the opinions of people. But truly today, Madhu, you've been a journalist and an activist for decades now. I think one of the biggest stories today is the manner in which the entire media, which was hanging by the very coattails of Param Bir and Vaze, Madhukeshwar, has completely refused to cover anything on him. It's almost like the Taliban liberals taking ownership of the Taliban. These are the Param Bir liberals taking ownership for Param Bir. The Vaze liberals taking ownership for Sachin Vaze. Isn't that also relevant given the gravity of the case as it now emerges? Madhukeshwar, Swapnil, Madhukeshwar first.
I agree with you, Arnab, that the Indian media, mainstream media, played a disgusting, shameless role with regard to this entire saga. And it is really time. The truth and the facts that are tumbling out are so spine-chilling that it's very important to rise above party politics, and I'm glad you're doing that. You're not falling in the trap of party politics. We really need to worry about what has India come to. A police commissioner planning murders in the way underworld dons do. What they did to Mansukh Hirani, it's spine-chilling. This is the stuff of underworld. Or Mansukh Hirani, that's right. Getting lethal explosives planted outside the residence of tycoons. Getting fake reports prepared by cyber experts, fabricating a terror case. And using their influence to destroy a popular TV channel, a patriotic TV channel, in the way that they tried to do. And now that I get all these facts tumbling out, you know, we are grateful that the Republic TV cameras kept 24/7 watch on you. Otherwise, they could have done to you, or they possibly planned to do with you what they did with Mansukh Hirani. You know, they're capable of it. It's so frightening. And Param Singh and Vaze both, they have so many crimes to their credit. But I think finally, divine retribution is, their karmic retribution is catching up with them because millions of people were outraged when they tried to vandalize Republic TV, when they threatened your life, when they did to you in front of cameras what they tried to do. Those millions of outraged Indians and their curses, I'm sure, are responsible for this karmic retribution that's coming to both of them, because they got away with so many crimes thus far. But Arnab, you could be protected because of your TV channel. Think of what ordinary citizens or even Mansukh Hirani went through. You know, this calls for very serious police reforms of the kind.
Yes.
Yes. And, you know, the very cosmetic reforms suggested by the Supreme Court and implemented very half-heartedly by various states will not do. It's very important that far-reaching police reforms be carried out, because they are in cahoots with criminals, they are in cahoots with terrorists.
Absolutely.
And which is one of the reasons why they never solve terrorist cases. You see time and again, people caught for serious terrorist crimes are released in no time. The courts release them saying the investigation is shoddy, evidence has been planted. So they're even letting terror accused get away with heinous crimes. The police in India, given by the kind of examples we are getting from Mumbai police, which was supposed to be one of the best at one time, is become the biggest security to national safety, biggest security threat for national safety. They've really gone too far. It's so heavily criminalized.
No, I think we cannot make that judgment on the Mumbai police. We wouldn't say that,
exactly.
but I would say to the extent that I would say to the extent that
think of how horrible it is for honest police officers to work under somebody
I think today people are heaving a sigh of relief that this Param Bir Singh combination is gone. And yes, you are correct to the point. I also wonder sometimes, and I said it the other day, that I wish this.
How many careers would they have destroyed?
I said the other day, Shawan.
How many honest police officers' careers they would have destroyed?
Yeah, absolutely. But I also said the other day, I said on my program, I said, look, there was the rest of the media which thought we will lionize Param Bir and Vazeh, get together, work in a partnership with them and finish Republic. They have failed abysmally. Now they, like Param Bir, are hiding. In fact, I think some of these anchors of the Lutyens media should come out. They should come out of hiding and start reporting this case. They should go on television with an apology and an explanation to the people of this country. The more you can run, but you can't hide, I'm telling you. All these TV channels, they can run, but they can't hide. Anyway, my issue is, the NIH, what did Param Bir gain if Vazeh had an alibi, Shawan? That is the point. It's not as if Param Bir was inactive in this. When the NIH...
Can I come in?
Yes, please. Yeah, you want to come in, of course. Swapnil, please do. Swapnil.
Yeah. Arnab, when one looks at the
Arnab,
NIH
even I have a very valid point to say.
Let Swapnil come.
The charge sheet. May I finish, please? May I finish, please? It's my turn. Let me finish. When one looks at the NIA charge sheet, it is very clear that Mr. Param Bir Singh appears to have bent the law more than a contortionist bends his limbs. Democracy has its impish charms, but seldom does it have its ghoulish repercussions the way we are seeing today, Arnab. And the fact that you are trying to involve a terrorist organization by paying off 5 lakhs of rupees in cash, it was very aptly summed up by Mr. Vikram Singh and endorsed further by Mr. P.K. Jain. Very nicely so. And refreshingly so, that it is extremely bad and bodes very bad for the country and for the state as well. That there was no law and order going on at all, and it was complete disorder and disarray. And let me point out something. The NIA charge sheet by itself is not sufficient and not satisfactory as far as I am concerned. Because if the police commissioner under whose tutelage everybody seems to be acting or are acting without commission or without omission, if he is not interrogated, if he is not questioned, and if need be he is not custodially interrogated, then that NIA charge sheet is a mere platitude as far as I am concerned. It is a mere whitewash. They need to come out with a supplementary charge sheet. It needs to come out further, and I disagree with Mrs. Madhukeshwar here, because it is important that the Mumbai police is doing its job, which it is doing, and it needs to continue to do so, and it's not something which it is taking lightly.
Now consider this. Now consider this.
Article 311, last point, applies to Mr. Vazeh, then it needs to apply to Mr. Singh as well. If Mr. Vazeh was taken off the uniform, Madhu. If Mr. Nagrale finds the reputation, finds the charges very gruesome.
Look, Arnab, one very important point. What Vikram Singh ji has said, I 100% agree with him. And there is one more need, that if a person who is at superior position, if he is committing a crime, there should be a stricter inquiry, a strict punishment should be given to such person, because it is giving a message to the masses. So that is very, very important, I must say.
This is ridiculous. You don't... May I please make a point?
Yes, Sanju. I think they are coming back on the same question.
Another big question we need to ask is...
Arnab, can I make a point?
Yeah, let her respond to this, Madhukeshwar, then I'll come back to you. No, the basic point there...
NIA should give the case to our SIT now.
the question is, there is this repeated questioning on how Parambir can disappear into thin air, and when, if not if, the NIA will seriously investigate the case on him, because after all, the meetings have happened in his office compound.
May I come in now?
Exactly.
Pradeep Sharma went to Parambir Singh's office. Right? Shravan has some more details also. Shravan, you want to share?
And he's accused.
Yeah, Shravan.
I just want to add, because it's not a mere coincidence, Arnab, it's not a mere coincidence, because we have now gone through the entire charge sheet and there is one statement of a serving officer who was investigating the alleged murder of Mansukh Hiren's case. In fact, on the day when they got the information that Mansukh Hiren's body was recovered, they were at the Mumbai Police Headquarters. The Joint Commissioner of Police Law and Order, along with this officer whose statement has been recorded by the NIA, went to the Mumbai Police Commissioner's office, Param Bir Singh's office, and when they reached Mumbai Police Commissioner's office, they saw Sachin Vaze escorting the former encounter specialist, accused number 10 in this particular case, Pradeep Sharma, coming out of Param Bir Singh's
No, 1 minute. This is huge. This is huge. 1 minute. This is huge. This is huge. Subhasha, you understand the implications of this? What he's saying is there is documented evidence of a meeting between Vaze, Pradeep Sharma, the encounter specialist, who is directly involved in this case, with Param Bir Singh. So, this is in the charge sheet, you're saying? This is in the charge sheet.
Yeah. Arnab, it means the Parambir was the planting of the explosive and the
No. This is huge. What he's sharing is huge.
Yeah,
What are the implications of that, Subhasha?
Arnab, there is no doubt about his deep-rooted, his involvement in the entire episode. He is required to be interrogated in custody. I wonder why so far NIA has let him off the hook at the moment. He has been seen in the office of the NIA for the last time on 7th of April 2021.
Yeah, this is September.
And thereafter the charge sheet has been filed now.
Sanju.
He had gone missing. What the NIA had done to smoke him out?
Sanju wants to respond to you. No, 1 minute, Subhasha.
NIA could have obtained a non-bailable warrant against him.
Yeah, Sanju,
They could have gone for 82, 83 proceeding.
Let Sanju now respond to all these points being raised.
That he is an absconding. He is a declared absconder.
Okay.
His properties could have been attached.
Okay, fine.
And moreover, we have something in Maharashtra law that is called Maharashtra Police Act now, which is earlier Bombay Police Act. He could have been declared as an absconder. What do you call in local parlance, tadi par?
We have Maharashtra police has already declared a lookout notice has been already issued.
And you have everybody
who is protecting Param?
Okay, fine. Let her respond now, please. Okay, she wants to respond to all of this together. Please let her.
Okay. I hope everybody.
Who is giving protection to Param Bir Singh? It is a main question.
Anything about law.
Your audio has dropped. Nobody's not letting you speak, Sanju. The problem is there's an audio problem at your end. Again, you're speaking. I'm only getting a lip sync. I'm not getting your audio. Can you just check that? Because there's a problem with the audio line. We all want to hear your response, in fact, to this point.
I should clear.
No, 1 minute, Kishore. Kishore, 1 minute. Kishore, let us get her response. All of you are making the point. No, similar point. She's the one who has to be the first respondent on this. Yes, go on.
Yeah, thank you. Arnab, first and foremost, the fact that there is an established documented link between Mansukh Hiren's murder, encounter cop Pradeep Sharma and Sachin Vaze, and of course, the big daddy, Param Bir Singh. Now this is out there in the public domain. The second question is, Why would the NIA go soft on Param Bir? Because it is thanks to the tight charge sheet prepared by the NIA that the Chandigarh Judicial Commission has said that an imminent arrest of Param Bir Singh is on the card. Point number 3, and very importantly, I am surprised that everybody on this panel has given bhashan about the NIA, has given bhashan about judicial reform, has given bhashan about police reform. Not a single panelist had the cheek to even name Uddhav Thackeray. Why are you so scared? Was not the Chief Minister responsible?
Now, Arnab, he is using the platform where we have booked the Vajay in a murder case. Maharashtra government has booked Vajay in a case. Sanju, you are just blaming the innocent.
This is not a way to debate.
Sanju, I will clarify.
Calm down, please, everyone. Please calm down.
Not my
calm down, everyone.
Party.
Sanju, please come back. Now, 1 minute, Kishore, don't disturb. Yeah. No, but Sanju, I can. There was an audio problem. You're back. Please sit down. Now, 1 second. 1 second. She's 1 minute. The question here is, there are a couple of questions which emerge. 1 minute. Where is Param Bir Singh? What is the state government doing in terms of the multiple cases on which investigations are on against Param Bir Singh? She's asking a counter question to you. And it's a legitimate question. 1 minute. Okay, let her finish now. Let her finish, and after she finishes, the NCP spokesperson will reply. But please sit down and please make your point. Yeah, 1 second, calm down. Yeah, Sanju.
I do not want this professional heckler Kishore Tiwari to heckle me or not. I've been listening very patiently to his gibberish. So let me make it very clear, if today the Chandigarh Judicial Commission has at its disposal a watertight case, it is thanks to the NIA, it is thanks to Amit Shah, it is thanks to the Modi government, it is thanks to the Ministry of Home Affairs, which has done a splendid job. Point number 2, who made Param Bir Singh the Mumbai Commissioner of Police? It was the Shiva Sena-led Mahavasuli Aghadi. Wait, let me finish. Because everybody has been asking, maybe the Modi government is going soft as it wants to protect Param Bir Singh from something. I want to ask something. If they really wanted to protect Param Bir Singh,
that's the point.
We would have not sent the enforcement directorate after Anil Deshmukh, because the whole world knows now Anil Deshmukh was running a hafta vasuli racket. We would have simply
True.
So the point is,
totally rubbish. Totally rubbish. Whatever she is saying, totally false and rubbish. Nothing behind it.
You will not question the
No, please don't. No, you are not raising a right name.
Okay.
Sanju madam, you are not raising the right name.
Why? Who appointed Param Bir Singh as commissioner? It was Uddhav Thackeray. Who appointed Sachin Vazeh as the head of the PIU?
Why you are not asking that who has chosen Param Bir Singh in IPS? Who has chosen Param Bir Singh in IPS? Please ask this question.
Okay.
Do you have the guts to name Uddhav Thackeray? Do you have the guts to name Anil Deshmukh?
There are.
It is not being mentioned.
I think when it comes to I would only say that when it comes to very grave offences, extortion, fabrication, manipulation, terrorism, when it comes to cases like this, don't make it a case of political football. It's unfortunate if the people of this country continue to ask, where is Param Bir? Has he evaporated into thin air? Has he evaporated into thin air? The nation wants to know.